Hi there, welcome to the archives. If you're new to this channel, this is a social science and humanities channel. So we are looking at religion, cultural studies, and I'm really this year about uplifting not to do the gender binary, but the divine feminine. So I've been sharing a lot about goddesses here, as well as warriors, queens, and intellectuals. I think the common denominator, especially if you read this book, is there was a reverence for women, for goddesses, for femmes, for female identified deities, right? So today I'm trying to get through the book Goddess, 50 goddesses, spirits, saints, and other figures from around the world. Notice that the last couple times I'll do like Akan, Yoruba, indigenous people here. And I saw a post recently from I think it was Dr. Autumn Blackdeer, who pointed that out, right? That who are the indigenous people here, right? Different tribes of different nations. Oji Cree, Seminole, Muskogee, Lakota, Sulto, Standing Rock Lakota, Standing Rock Sioux tribe. And so I wanted to go to the Lakota. The Lakota. Today we're talking about Pte San Win. Before I pull this up, I went online to see how the Lakota say it. The first part I couldn't pronounce, but some of them, it's Ska Win, not San Win, but I think San Win is a way to say it as well too. The Ocheti Sakawin, people of the 7 council fires. So the Lakota, we're going into Turtle Island, which is modern day North America, South America, Central America. This, we're going to the United States. So she is a sacred prophet of the Lakota. And so this is the story of Pte San Win. She's probably first told by the Native American Lakota people. Again, there are some Native folks who don't really claim the Native American because it's kind of an oxymoron. America came after. They were already existing, right? So it says this is from over 2,000 years ago. She's still just as important today. The tale is of the white buffalo appearing in the desert, which connects them to the natural world. Again, we've seen this theme of across all sorts of places of being in harmony with the natural world, right? Being in harmony with nature, being one with nature, right? No separation between nature and human. So it says the miraculous tale of the white buffalo appearing in the desert connects them to the natural world, but it also gives the Lakota an origin story in which men and women show respect for one another. So Pte San Win's knowledge gave the Lakota people their rules and their rituals, and it also provided love, protection that has stayed with them forever. Okay? Most versions of the story starts with a flat desert landscape with nothing anywhere on the horizon. It says that there were 2 men. They were hunting to provide food for their starving people. They noticed a small dot really far away in the distance, and then the dot just kept on getting closer and closer and closer. So soon the outline of a beautiful woman was clear. Most of her body, it says, was covered with waves of just long, dark hair that flowed down and shrouding her like a cloak. Her outline glowed with hot light, and she carried a bundle in her hands. The 2 men were just entranced. They're just like, wow, who is this? And so one recognized her immediately for what she was, a wakan, or a mystery. He turned his eyes away from her out of respect, right? So again, he recognized her immediately. Wow, this is the real deal. I bow to you. I'm humbled. I can't even look at you, right? How many men do you know see women like that, where they see a woman, they're like, oh my God, I can't even look at you. That's usually not how our society is, right? The other men, remember there's two of them. The other men just kept staring at her, just like. And so he was full of desire, and he approached her, trying to embrace her. Again, oh my gosh, right? But as he touched her skin, he instantly disappeared. At the feet of the beautiful woman lay a pile of bones and dust. He literally turned into bone and dust as he touched her without her consent, not recognizing her beauty, her power, her reverence. And so the surviving man was terrified. Remember the one who was like, oh, I remember this. It reminds me of, if you've watched Reservation Dogs. I've watched Reservation Dogs on CBC Gem. Again, I don't think they're the Lakota, the Diné people? No. What tribe is the folks in Reservation Dogs? I think they're also in South Dakota or North Dakota, one of those. But Deer Woman, remember Deer Woman? They're like, oh wow, this is, I can't even, we have to respect her. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can get the tribes there. Oh, it's Oklahoma. Reservation Dogs is Oklahoma. But who are the folks down? Who are the kin down in Oklahoma? Muskogee Nation. That was Reservation Dogs. Let's go back to the sacred prophet, Pte San Win. And so, remember, there was one more man that was, the one that survived, the one that actually respected him. He was terrified and awestruck. And so, she told him that she had something important for his people. She told him that he must run to the village and prepare for her arrival by setting up a sacred tent with buffalo skull at the center. She said that the people should wait patiently for her there. And so eventually, a perfectly white young buffalo appeared, rolling on the ground 4 times. It changed color from white to black, to yellow to red. And again, those are the medicine wheel, the colors of the medicine wheel, right? White, black, yellow, red. So after the final turn, the buffalo transformed into the beautiful woman who stood up and shone with the sun. It says here on page 83, she told the people that Wakan Tanka, the great mystery, had sent her to help them. She showed them a pipe and said that its smoke would take their prayers up to Creator, the great mystery, and they would receive all that they needed. And so Pte San Win spoke with the people for 4 days. She gave them all of her wisdom. She told them that she exists across time and will return every generation to help in times of hardship. Her parting words were, I will see you again. And as she transformed back into a white buffalo, a great buffalo herd arrived on the plain. And so Pte San Win has provided buffalo so the people can never go hungry or be cold. They'd have food for their meat, their clothes, and tents from their skins. They can make tools from their bones. Her visit had also set the people on the path to knowledge and understanding, and she nourished them in body, spirit, mind, and heart. So Pte San Win established the 7 rites of the Lakota, which are still important today. 7 is a really sacred number. Remember the people of the 7 council fires earlier, the Pte San Win? And so this includes a vision quest, ghost keeping ceremony, the sun dance, and there's rituals for boys and girls entering into adulthood. So this idea of rituals, initiations, really, really important, right? Rites of passage. Again, we have them across in a lot of different cultures. And so with these, she provided the ties that still binds communities together, is what it says here. And the Lakota honor Pte San Win through the sacred ceremonies that she taught them. This includes the pipe that she brought them to use. To them, white buffalo are the most sacred living animal. So the white buffalo here. And so they're very rare. Whenever a white buffalo is born, it's a sign that prayers are being answered. And it brings hope that Pte San Win may soon return. This is the story of Pte San Win, the sacred prophet of the Lakota. So the white buffalo, I was wondering here, because there's a distinction between the white buffalo specifically being sacred, does that lead to some anti-blackness sometimes? When we have representations of like white as pure, innocent, good, creator, similar to like how we see like white Jesus, right? Then that sense in our mind that like white is right, white is pure, white is innocent, white is good, black is bad. Does that happen sometimes? I was wondering, does that reflection of the white buffalo being sacred, does that lead sometimes, does that enforce a little bit of anti-blackness? I was interested. A lot of these, I was also paying attention to some of the symbols here, which is also very similar to some of the Akana Dinkra symbols as well too, because I do some of that art. So this is Pte San Win. She is a sacred prophet of the Lakota. Okay, so we're almost done. I want to continue to go through this, and this is sharing some of the goddesses, the spirits and saints, 50 of them from all over the world who have shaped belief. Okay, so we'll be back to get through this. We're almost there. We're almost there. I think we have like 10 more. Okay, so until next time, in solidarity. Thank you to everybody who reminds us to actually name the people instead of just being indigenous, black. I think I wrote an article over a decade ago about how, as I came here when I was 6, right? To me, I was an Akan, I was an Ashanti, and then I came and I was like, oh, there's a word, there's black. Oh, we're all black. And I think sometimes that can happen with indigenous folks when a label that is also equally ours and something we are proud of, but then it erases other parts of our identities. And so I appreciate that call in to name the tribes and nations for who and what they are, right? The Mi'kmaq, the Ojibwe, the Cree, the Mohawk, right? Not just indigenous people, because it is a blanket statement. And I can recognize that when folks just see my blackness or just black, and they erase Akan, they erase Ashanti, they erase Fante. So I definitely understand that, and I need to do better about it. And also learning how to pronounce the names properly too, right? So what are some of the indigenous folks, the native tribes that you know or live near? Who are the lands that you live on? Whose people are they? Do you know some of their stories? Especially because there is such an erasure. Okay, so until next time, in solidarity.